Welcome back to the Pro Shop Podcast. I'm Alex Fordedal. Alongside me is Tomas Zubrus, and today we are absolutely thrilled to be chatting with one of the top prospects for the upcoming 2022 OHL Priority Selection. Of course, you now know by the title, I'm talking about Navangrad's U18 forward, Nathan Villeneuve. Nathan, thank you so much for coming on, man. How you doing today?
Good. How about you?
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. Listen, I know as we're talking right now, your season with Navin has ended. So speaking a bit about that, how are you feeling about it? Do you feel you've had a productive season?
Yeah, I think I had a pretty good season this year. I'm happy I stayed in Ottawa and didn't go to Toronto. So I think I'm happy where I ended up playing with Navangrads.
And was there any thought because I'm guessing what you're alluding to is essentially, making that jump potentially to the GTHL, right? Because I know a couple big prospects. One of them, Henry Muse, he made the jump from the HEO, I believe, to the GTHL, right? So was there any thought given to you potentially, making that jump?
Yeah, there was. But then when I thought of U18, there's older players in U18. So I thought I'd develop better there and be ready to make a smooth transition to the next level. And Navin's grad's been doing really well to me. They let me put the junior A team all year. So I've been practicing them 5 times a week usually. So, and then I've been playing games and I finished playoffs with them. We just lost in the first round for best out of 7 series. So it was disappointing, but I had a really good development year this year. So it was great. And I'm happy I stayed in Evan.
Nathan, it's a true pleasure to have you on, but what exactly was it that made you choose hockey as something you wanted to pursue?
I don't know. I just stepped on the ice and I just loved the game. Like the first time I stepped on the ice, I hated it. I started crying, didn't want to play again, but watching my brother grow up and watching him succeed was nice. So I decided to take the same route as him and hopefully I go farther than he did.
For sure, for sure. And with you saying that, I guess it's fair to assume that your whole family is a hockey family. They're a sporting family.
No, actually, my mom was a swimmer and my dad, he played hockey a bit, but he wasn't really that good. So the one thing that got our family into hockey is my mom's coworkers. They were a big hockey family, and my mom wanted to put my brother into some sport that's active. So they decided to throw him into hockey, and he just fell in love with the game. And I just grew up with it around me, so I decided to join it too.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And for OHL fans who are just following your career now, how would you describe your style of play for people who might not know how you play?
Yeah, I'm a really competitive player. I'm a 200-foot center. I can play at almost any position. Um, I'm a good draw winner. I have a hard shot, and my speed is one of my biggest advantages. Ever since I was young, I developed my speed over the past couple of years a lot. So it's been a big jump from going from 5 AAA teams to U18, which was nice.
With that being said, do you have a specific player that you model your game after, either at the NHL or at the OHL level?
Yeah, I actually model my game after Brady Stonehouse. He plays for Ottawa 67s. But the two guys in the NHL I model my game after is Nathan McKinnon and Mason McTavish. The reason why I model my game after Mason McTavish because he's a big forward. He's a power forward. He likes to use his body to his advantage. And Nathan McKinnon because he takes care of the defensive zone really well and is a really fast skater. And Brady Stonehouse because he likes to get under people's skin and an excellent player. I'm actually buzzed with him, so it was nice.
Yeah, so you want to be a combination kind of all those three?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it sounds like quite an effective player at the end.
Oh, honestly, absolutely. And you know what? Like having been to a lot of Mississauga Steelhead games lately because the podcast covers the Steelheads, the OHL, right? I've seen a lot of Brady Stonehouse, and he's honestly a pretty underrated player. So I've been a really big fan of him throughout the season. So, but now looking at the positives of your game, what would you say is your best attribute?
I think my skating and my IQ is probably my biggest attributes to my game, but all overall, like I still have stuff to work on. Like my 10-foot game can get a lot better. Like I don't have the extra second to stick handle or shoot. So it's right when you get the puck, you have to shoot it right away. That's what I've been working on with the junior A team lately. And I've progressed it a lot over the past year with the Navigrads.
And to go off of what Alex said, is there a specific attribute of yours that, I mean, you did mention your 10-foot game and kind of trying to get that extra stride, but is that like what you're going to be working on the most as you make the jump to the OHL?
Yeah, that's going to be the most, and maybe just gain a couple more pounds. I'm 182 right now. I'm going to try to get to like 190 or close to 190 by the end of the summer. So I can have a bigger body for when I go into the OHL.
And with you playing in the U18 league as opposed to U16, do you feel you're more prepared to make the jump to the OHL level? I mean, you touched on it earlier, but do you feel that in the end it was the best decision for you?
Yeah, I think staying in U18 really was great for me. Like, I know not all of them got the experience I did, like the junior A experience, not much U18 players can say they got, but playing just with the U18 team, it's different. You go from 5 AAA teams to like 12 U18 teams. So it gives a chance for the AA players to make a AAA team. So it was a really big difference, but overall, I'm glad I stayed. I got to play with some 05. I got to play with some people that have been drafted in the OHL also, like Nick Larkin, Posh Smith, all them, those good players. So it was good to play against them and learn from what they do to make me better.
Absolutely. And what a Navin team that was, right? Of course, that team was headlined by you, Ben Cormier. I know Justin Sagan as well. He's eligible for the U18 OHL draft. And funny enough, we actually had him on the show before you did, and he was a great conversation. So hopefully that'll be released soon. But having played with those two guys who are eligible to play in the OHL next year for their respective drafts, have you had any fun conversations talking to them about what it might be like to face off against each other at the next level?
Yeah, of course. Me and Ben have been on that all year. We're really excited. Like maybe one time in the OHL we might get like a trade or something and end up playing with each other, which would be pretty cool. But I'm just excited to play against him and get to know how he's doing and how his season's going. It's gonna be excited to be in the same bubble as him.
It seems that you have a lot of praise from Navin grads and how that they've really helped you develop your game. Is there any things that you've taken from that program that you're going to end up using throughout the rest of your hockey career?
Yeah, exactly. Well, with the junior A team, you just learn like I watched like the fourth line. They don't really play as much, but they're always positive. So like I'm having a bad game and I have to sit back a couple shifts or whatever, I'm not gonna get upset. I'm gonna use that and just be positive to my team, and hopefully that doesn't happen. Hopefully I don't have a bad shift in the game because it can change everything.
For sure, man. And for the last question here, this is a question I like to ask everyone in our draft series because hopefully when this comes out, whatever team you're drafted by will hopefully see this video and get to use this as an opportunity to get to know you as a person and a player, right? So if there's one thing OHL fans should know about you, what would that be?
I'm a really competitive guy and I hate to lose. That's a big thing with me. That's what makes me the way who I am.
Fair enough. Fair enough, man. Listen, that's a perfect end note to end things off there, man. Listen, Nathan, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you on, man. And hopefully we can talk to you again once you're an official member of an OHL team.
Perfect. Thank you guys so much.
Absolutely. Be on the lookout for Nathan and all the other prospects we talked to throughout our OHL draft series. When rounds 1 to 3 start on April 29th at 7 p.m. Eastern time, you'll be able to check it out on your local cable, Rogers TV, your TV, wherever you are in Ontario. And you'll also be able to watch it on the OHL's YouTube channel where they will live stream it. So listen, on behalf of myself, Thomas, Nathan, and everyone at the Pro Shop Podcast, we thank you so much for watching and we hope you have a good one.